This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Burnett versus Mottern. You all have been together for a couple of years, and this new relationship may be on its last legs, depending on what happens here today. Is that right, Miss Burnett?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell us why you've initiated this case.
I feel like Charles has been super shady after I've had a life-threatening hospitalization, and ever since I've been better, he's been very distant, and he's changed his whole attitude towards me, basically. I just feel like he's up to something, and I would like to know, what before I continue to try to spend the rest of my life with a man that's not solely spending his with me.
So something's changed.
Something's changed.
Something's different.
Something's different.
And you think that something different has to do with some other woman or other women?
Maybe, possibly.
But you know it ain't just you.
It's something else. He's different.
All right, she says you're different. What are you doing different, Mr. Mottern?
Well, she broke up with me because I was too clingy, so I'm not trying to be too clingy no more.
She said you were too clingy.
Yeah, that's why the reason she left me in the first place.
So, Ms. Burnett, what does too clingy look like?
I couldn't go to the bathroom without him in the beginning. Like,
literally?
Literally. He treated me like I was a chunk of gold. He'd put my shoes on for me. If I was to get up to go to get me something to drink, like, he'd almost knock me out of the way just to go get it for me. And, like, yeah.
I'm not seeing where this is bad. Tell me.
Well, I mean, it just got too much for me, I guess. And then since we've been back together, like I said, I did have a hospitalization where I almost died, and he came back to take care of me. And ever since I was able to do for myself, that's when I've noticed that he was slipping.
All right.
You got a man who wants to take care of you, who's doing things for you. Sounds like he's almost waiting on you hand and foot. You know how many women would kill to have that, don't you?
Yes.
I mean, you say he's too clingy, and Mr. Mottern, you kind of making the rest of us look bad by doing all that.
I'm like, she says, I found the perfect man. He treats me right. He's doing for me. And you do what every woman would do, break up with him. I don't understand. What do you do after the breakup?
I leave and I go back to my hometown where I was from.
Okay.
And then I met somebody else, and I was in a relationship. When she had this life-threatening thing going on, I rushed back to her. I dropped everything that I had going and came straight back to her.
He wasn't too clingy then, was he?
Well, no, I mean, he literally had to do everything for me at that point. I mean, as far as washing my hair, including wiping my butt,
Well, that's a lot of info. Okay, all right. And he covered it all.
Yes.
All right, so you get back together, and you say you've seen a change. Tell me about this change you see.
Well, we have one vehicle. I would take it and I would drop him off at work and go about my business, come pick him up. Well, one day I went and got him something to drink and a pack of cigarettes, and I went to take it to him, and he was not there. And all of his little buddies at work, it's construction, nobody knows where he went. He's at a different job site. Most of the time it's hotel work. So one can only imagine.
It's very accessible, very easy to make it happen.
Yes.
Well, where did his coworkers tell you that he was?
I had 3 different stories for where he was.
That's
that
what I was getting ready to say.
day. They should have got together first.
Yeah, I said, okay, huddle.
Yep.
This is what we're gonna tell her.
Yeah.
But see, it's kind of hard to get all my coworkers on the same page when the boss man comes to me and says, hey, I need you to run to do this job real quick. Like, I'm a maintenance man, plus I'm a remodeler, plus construction worker. Like, I remodel in the hotel right now, and at the time that she came and surprised me at work, I got sent to mow grass at another site.
So you're saying you weren't somewhere with another woman, you were doing your work?
I was at my job.
What did you say when he came home?
Well, I have to ask him where has he been, because it should not take him 3 hours to get home and he only works 20 minutes down the road.
All right, so tell me about that.
I have submitted some evidence for y'all.
Okay. Do you need to go to the plasma?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so this is basically a map from where we're at. In Chattanooga is where he works sometimes, and also I give him the benefit of the doubt and even factored in another job site location in Hickson to our house in Saudi. Okay, well, it should take only 22 minutes, and it takes 3 or 4 hours. And then again, even if he worked in Hickson, it should be less time than that because it's closer, but it still takes him 2, 3, 4 hours to even get home.
Why does it take you 3 hours to make a 22-minute trip?
Traffic gets bad because of construction.
Okay, so you telling me he's coming home 3 hours later for a trip that's 22 minutes or 18 minutes?
But if it's construction going on, if it's construction means traffic, and traffic means a delay.
Even if you had construction, it's not gonna take 3 hours for an 18-minute trip.
They be taking out bridges and adding lanes, taking lanes.
Yeah, I mean, traffic has been horrible.
You haven't driven through Chattanooga, have you?
So this is what y'all gonna do?
I don't know.
All right.
I'm giving him the traffic.
Okay, no, y'all go ahead. So what else you got? I know it's something else.
Why don't you think it's the construction, Miss Burnett?
Because I have live traffic cam footage.
Whoop, there it is.
Okay. What do you have?
Okay, so here it is, the live cam from Chattanooga to Saudi. This is on a Monday at peak hours in your construction zone that he's hollering about with absolutely no traffic, no 18-wheelers.
So this is about the time of day he would be coming home from Chattanooga to where you all live in Saudi Daisy.
Yes, Your Honor.
Not a traffic, not a nothing. All right.
Okay, and then another one would be from Hickson to Saudi, a Tuesday, again, peak hours, no traffic.
And the empty lane is going towards your house.
Yes, this right here would be going towards, this is coming from.
There's another tractor trailer coming the wrong way.
Looks like it's headed right toward me.
Yes, it is. Boom, boom. All right, is that it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ma'am, please step to your podium.
All right, Mr. Mottern.
Okay, Your Honor.
You had me out there.
Rush hour is 5 o'clock. And when I'm going from Hickson, I don't come straight home. I gotta go back and clock out before I can come home.
What else you got? Is that it?
Okay, so going through a phone, when I can figure out the passcode, it's like it's a brand new phone. Like we literally just bought it and took it off the shelf and tried to turn it on. There is no pictures, there is no contacts, there's no messages.
So you're going through his phone?
Well, I have. Yes, I'm not even gonna lie, I have.
You have gone through his phone?
So he's wiped it.
Wiped it.
So there should be some record of at least
something.
text
I mean,
messages or
ordering
something.
pizza or something. I mean, there's nothing.
So do you have an app on it that erases it when it's not you?
No, Your Honor. See, I'm used to back in the old days flip phones. See, we done just recently upgraded to these smartphones.
Okay.
And see, I do construction. And if I don't got a lock on the phone, then my pocket like deletes everything. And it just recently happened to where I had to go get one of my friends to go get everything on all my apps back.
Miss Burnett, are you buying that?
No,
Your Honor.
You think he's cheating and deleting, right?
I'm pretty positive he's doing something.
This new smartphone thing, it ain't for me. I'd rather go back to the flip phone where I won't have these accusing problems. I won't have these problems where, my pocket deleting everything. I'd rather stick with the flip phone, Your Honor.
Tell me that you have nothing else.
Sometimes he would say he's gonna go visit family members and we're not allowed to go. He'll have to go by and say, I'll just be right back real quick. But 3 or 4 hours later, see, that's what's getting me. Every time that he's gone or disappearing, or it's always that time frame, the 3 or 4 hours.
I mean, I don't want to be too clingy. So I like to leave her at home, and go handle the business by myself.
All right, so the one time you want him to be clingy, you want him to be clingy, he's not.
I think he's going somewhere else.
And let me just ask you, does this family member that he's primarily visiting, do they live in the area?
No, not really. It's kind of a little bit of a drive, but not 3 or 4 hours.
Okay.
I'll just be right back,
Yeah.
My family member helps us out.
Okay.
With financial situations.
Okay.
Okay. I go to the grocery store and pick up funds.
Okay.
To help us through. till I can get my next paycheck and we can go on about our life. But see, my family members live 2 hours past Atlanta. They live in Columbus.
Okay.
And we live in Chattanooga. There's no way that I could drive down there, see my family members, and then drive back and be back in 2-3 hours.
But you know what would eliminate that? Is if you let her go with you.
I mean, she says I'm too clingy. Your Honor, I don't see why she has to go and stand in line with me just to get funds when
I'm making sure ain't nobody else standing in line with you.
I go and I get funds and I come right back.
I don't know. I tell you this, whatever it is, it's got you here.
Yeah.
That's the main problem.
I ain't hiding nothing, Your Honor.
All right, well, we about to find out whether you hiding or not. This is the evidence we have, Mr. Cutler.
All right, what do we got?
He used to worship the ground she walked on to the point of being clingy, she says. Now he ignores it. He's distant. He won't let her go with him places. He disappears for hours, this magic window of 3 to 4 hours. His phone is wiped clean. Now, the question is, Miss Burnett, if he is cheating, what's gonna happen?
We're gonna have to separate.
All right, so everything is at stake, Mr. Cutler. Everything's on the line.
Everything's on the line.
So, what did we do?
We did a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court will call a certified polygraph examiner and licensed private investigator, Kendall Shull, to determine, is he cheating? Ron, please escort Mr. Shull out. Mr. Shull, good day. How are you?
Good day, Your Honor. I'm good. How are you?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
The court had a cybersecurity expert do a forensic analysis of Mr. Mottern's phone, and you have the results of that investigation, correct?
I do, Your Honor. Your Honor, during our investigation, our cybersecurity expert came across an unusual situation with Mr. Mottern's cell phone. Mr. Mottern had no files in his deleted folder. He also had no text messages, no photos, no videos, and no apps, which is certainly suspicious. However, we did find, Your Honor, multiple calls to a motel.
Mr. Mottern?
Your Honor, that is my family member living at that motel.
So the family member you're visiting or a different family member?
It's the family member that she's talking about that I visit.
Okay.
But Mr. Mottern, how coincidental is that you have nothing on your phone except calls to this one motel? And you're saying it's a family member?
Yeah.
You sure there's no woman there that you're seeing?
Yep.
All right. Mr. Shull, in addition to the cybersecurity review, you also did a polygraph examination of Mr. Mottern. Is that correct?
I did, Your Honor.
All right. You asked Mr. Mottern, when you leave work, are you meeting up with women for sex before going home? What was his response?
He said no, Your Honor.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being truthful, Your Honor.
He's standing there pretty confident.
I see that.
All right. You also asked Mr. Mottern, when you tell Miss Burnett that you're visiting your family member, are you meeting up with another woman to have sex? What was his response?
He said no, Your Honor.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being truthful.
We got one more question. You asked Mr. Mottern, since getting back together with Miss Burnett, have you had physical sexual contact with any woman other than Miss Burnett? What was his response to that question?
He said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
Well, on this question, the lie detector determined that he was also being truthful.
All right, Miss Burnett, what you got to say? You smiling?
I feel silly.
I think it's your turn to be clingy.
I do apologize, baby. Oh my goodness.
I accept your apology.
All right, Mr. Cutler, what are your words of wisdom to Mr. Mottern?
You need to find a different route to work. I mean, clearly there's a love between you all. Clearly you want to be together. This is a man who cares about you deeply. And, you know, you got to stop being so suspicious.
Yes.
You have to stop making her so suspicious.
Miss Snell, you brought your boyfriend here because of broken promises, and you're asking this court for $2,400. Tell me about those broken promises.
Yes, Your Honor. Byrd took advantage of me. He has cheated on me throughout the whole relationship. And yes, I have brought him here today to get my money back.
I did not take advantage of her. Cena has been controlling trying to control the relationship with giving me gifts and giving me things and whatnot. I don't owe her anything.
How many years together?
2.
2 years together.
Yes, sir.
And she's controlling it through gifts?
Through gifts.
I want you to control me through gifts. I got a list.
You got a list?
I got a list. We'll talk after, but I want that kind of control. All right, tell me about this. How you control a man through gifts?
Well, I have taken Byrd on helicopter rides. I have bought him jewelry, taken him out to dinner, food, everything. Anything that Byrd has asked me for or needed, I have been there for Byrd.
How did you all meet?
I was working as a part-time job at a security firm. When I met him, we talked. He made me feel like I was in high school, like I had a smile from ear to ear. I remember one night we was working, I told him, I said, Byrd, I want to do you dirty. He said, what?
Okay, wait. What made a girl jump off like that?
The way he spoke to me, like his whole country accent, it just drove me crazy.
See, he's got a smooth, kind of cool thing working over there. See, that's what it was.
So at that point, he told me to elaborate. So I was like, Byrd, I just want to do you nasty in so many different ways. And from that point, one thing led to another. And
This started off with Tracina bringing me snacks like chips, pops, juices, water.
It's true. The way to a man's heart.
Yeah.
Through
Through his
belly.
stomach.
That's right. Snacks, drink, water. Do me dirty. That's the path. Okay.
Exactly. So at that point, I mean, we was in the front seat, in the back seat, we did whatever. It was to the point that we was racing down the expressway to meet at my house. Like,
Okay, wait a minute. Were y'all supposed to be guarding something?
yeah, we supposed to have been guarding the building. We were.
Okay, so the building,
We were.
y'all kicked the building to the curb.
No, we was watching.
Okay, so what happens?
Pretty much we was just friends with benefits after that.
So did it ever move, in your perspective, beyond friends with benefits?
No, because I told Cena that I wanted nothing with a relationship right now.
Okay. So in your mind, did it move past friends with benefits?
Yes.
Okay.
Once we continued to do what we was doing, he kept on coming back, and that's when he told me, Cena, I don't have no problem being with you. I said, so you telling me when he bought me a bracelet that I'm your woman? He said, this is what you want? I said, yeah, this is what I want when he bought me a
I
bracelet.
bought you the bracelet because that's what friends do anyway.
No, baby, no.
Friends
No,
will sit
baby.
back and look out for each
No.
other regardless.
No, baby. And the charms on there say, I love you.
The charms
Well-
that was on there was one was a heart and the other one said love.
No, it said, I love you.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I'm no Einstein, but if a man, preferably this one, gives me a bracelet that has a heart on it and a love on it, I'm gonna think he's not just talking to the people in the air, he's talking to me.
Mr. Byrd, I mean, it's looking so far like you're in a relationship.
Really.
Like I said, it was just out of the kindness of my heart. That's
it
the
was
reason why I did
not.
it.
So were
Because-
you ever in a relationship?
No.
Oh, okay.
In your mind, you're in a relationship because you got a bracelet that says heart and
I
love.
had a bracelet.
Where
not
did
only-
this go wrong?
It went wrong when he had moved to his family house and he was sitting there on the floor. And I said, baby, ain't no man I mess with have to sleep on the floor. I will get you a bed. I tied a mattress to my car for this man. So we wasn't no friends.
Yeah, I don't think
For
he
2
tied
hours
mattresses.
it took me to get to his house. And
You
I
had-
had to hold the mattress like this to get it on the expressway to his house.
For 2 hours?
For 2 hours, I'm holding it, driving like this.
So
About to kill people and everything. I wasn't none of his friends.
Okay, Mr. Byrd, come on now. Bracelets with hearts on them. She's driving 2 hours of the mattress strapped to the top of her car for you.
beautiful thing with that story she just gave.
So I didn't. I did.
It's a beautiful thing.
Okay.
It is a beautiful thing. You know, because not a lot of women would do that.
The truth.
Do you know the kind of
will.
woman that would do that? One that's in a relationship.
Exactly.
All right, you have brought Mr. Byrd here because you felt he was scamming you.
Yes.
And you are asking this court for $2,400.
Yes.
Please explain your lawsuit.
Okay, so Byrd came to me because he had a bike previously.
Okay.
He lost his job. Once he lost his job, he could no longer make payments on the bike. He said, well, you know, if I found a bike, you know, you can go ahead and pay for it, and then when I get my taxes on February 28th, you're gonna have your money. I said, okay, fine. He found the bike. We both went to the bank and got cash, and he had cash in his hand.
Do you have any proof that it was a loan other than him saying, I'm gonna pay you back?
The promissory note, but he didn't sign it. He refused to sign it.
Do you have the promissory note?
Yes.
Would you get that, Ron, please?
Yes, Sean. Thank you, ma'am.
So you drafted up a promissory note for him to sign
Yes.
because it was a $2,400 loan.
Yes.
How did he talk you out of not signing this?
He said his word was his bond.
This is exactly what we tell people all the time. Get a promissory note, but we also say get it signed.
Yeah.
But your intent very clearly is to have a loan. This was not a gift.
No, it was not. And he knew that. And he said when he got his taxes, he was gonna give me my money back. 3 days before it was time for him to return my money, he gonna tell me that the IRS had took his taxes. I'm like, really, Byrd, really?
Did she tell you that this was a loan?
No.
What did she tell you?
She told me that she was gonna help me get a bike, which she did. I told her myself that I would give her her money back. However, as time went on, the IRS had held my check for a moment, and then they told me that I couldn't get it.
She said she would help you get a bike. You said, thank you, I will pay you back.
Right.
Okay, at that point, it looks like a loan.
It is a
Because
loan.
you don't pay back gifts, that's a loan. Now,
You're right.
Right, okay.
You're absolutely right.
regardless of what happened down the line, I mean, at that point, you've agreed to pay it back.
Yes, at
Okay.
that point. But once the IRS situation happened, I just had to come forward and let her know I couldn't give it back to her right then and there.
And have
Of
you
course.
paid anything back?
No.
I haven't paid anything back because she withdrew from that. She sat back and told me, Byrd, don't worry about it. Take it as a gift. I done washed my hands of it.
So, Ms. Snell, did you forgive this loan?
No.
Did this conversation happen?
No.
Anything close to this conversation?
No.
happen? What did you tell him about his
I
inability
want
to?
my money.
Right, but he told you that he wasn't going to be able to pay you. What did you tell him?
He said, Cena, so you know I got my car note and things of that sort, so I just don't want to be broke. I said, Byrd, you got to give me something. You have to give me something. Byrd didn't try to give me anything.
Snell, you know that dog
All right,
conversation.
but Ms.
goes
Snell, let me
like
ask
that.
this.
All right, Byrd.
If you're in a relationship, why are you loaning money to someone you're in a relationship with? Don't you just give it as a gift?
I took this man to Las Vegas. That was his gift. His clothes was his gift.
Here's the thing. She was very clear about what was a gift. A woman doesn't draw up a promissory note for a gift. I want to know what you said when she handed this to you.
That's my first time seeing that.
You
No,
have
it's
never
not.
seen this before.
No,
All right, Byrd.
So you didn't tell her my word is my bond.
I did.
Okay, why did you tell her
Why
that?
did you tell her that?
Because at the time, yes, I was supposed to be giving her money back.
So
But
when does
after
your
that,
bond kick in? Because you ain't paid her back.
I didn't have to after she told me I didn't have to pay it back.
All right, Byrd.
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
If you find out he hasn't cheated, do you still want your money back?
Yes.
All right. Do you want him back?
I love Byrd. I love Byrd with all my heart.
So that's a yes.
Yeah. I love Byrd.
You want the dirty bird.
I want the dirty
right.
Byrd.
All right.
When Byrd was caught on his bike with another woman on there,
You seen a woman on a bike.
on your bike. It was the bike I bought. I know what I bought. And I sat there and I seen him and he had the woman on the bike. So when I tried to follow him, he pulled off. I
Mr.
did.
Byrd?
First of all, wasn't no woman on my bike.
All right.
There was no woman on my bike.
You've never given a woman a ride on your bike?
Not while I was talking to her, no.
Well, you said while you were talking to her, so that's a relationship, right?
Exactly.
I said, but did I not bring up the point?
Exactly.
All right. What other reasons do you have to believe that he was cheating?
Byrd had became distant. Byrd used to be at my house all the time. He had stopped calling me. You know, I had to almost pop up to his house, and then I had went to do this drug testing for this third job I had to pick up. So an infomercial came about, basically telling you had to put this app on your phone. So I put the app on my phone.
And you
Okay,
put
what
your
is this
child
app
mode.
and what did it do?
The app was a phone that was connected to my iPhone. So it gave me my own personal number. So at that point, I'm texting him. So he responded back to the text. I was pretending like I was some lady named Lady K. So he steady going back and forth because
Okay,
it was me.
let me make sure I got this. You have an app on your phone that gives you a different phone number.
Yes.
And so you're using that phone number.
Yes. Contact him.
And you basically catfishing him.
Yes. This man been texting this woman back and forth, which was always me. I said, so are you in a relationship? He said, no, I'm only committed to my son. I said, oh, okay. I go to the liquor store. I met this pretty girl. I asked her, I need your voice because I have to sit here and trying to figure out what's going on with my guy. She said, I'm down for whatever.
So you go and see it.
Now, this is what the girl say.
All right.
So she get on the phone.
You know, women stick together like that.
Yeah, so
She went straight
so she
CSI.
so she get on the
Big
phone,
time,
she
too,
talking
right?
to him, and she was like, yeah, I'm in the Charger, and you know, so on and so forth, and all this. He said, okay, I'll meet you in 15 minutes. So I go across the street, I'm in the bushes, like this, you know, waiting for him. So when he came, he pulled up, I got in my car, he drove, and I hit him.
Okay, wait a minute.
What?
You are hiding in the bushes.
Yes.
Because you've gone straight CSI.
Yes.
And you've set up a sting operation.
Yes.
And he takes the fall and comes.
Yes.
Come on.
Mr.
Tell
Byrd,
me about
what you got?
Mr. Byrd.
Got that one dead in the bag. First of all, the way she texts, she used the same way that she texts me regularly.
So you recognize the words that
recognized
she
the way
used?
that she was texting, so I knew who it was. So basically, I started playing into her game. And I called 3 to 4 times at least.
Uh-huh.
And I kept
Each time, she'll ignore the call by saying that she's driving or she's busy, she's doing this. All the time. I want you to pick up for a reason because I know it's you. Stop playing. So when I got there, yes, as I pulled up to the designated spot, whatever, I wasn't looking for a charger. I was looking for her.
Did you find her?
Yeah, clearly. She runs straight into me.
Tow his bike,
I'm on a
my bike
motorcycle.
up.
It's just the fact that she didn't see no harm in what she did was wrong.
You're tearing up. That hurts you.
Yeah, I got a son. She could have took my life.
When he told me that night, you tore up my bike. It wasn't about his life. It wasn't about none of that. His bike. He kept on speaking on his bike. It was my bike.
But Miss Snell, was he on the bike when you ran into him?
No, he had got off and I hit it.
Right. Ms. Snell, you still have unanswered questions about whether he was cheating. So to get to the bottom of this, the court is going to call former special agent of the FBI and licensed polygraph examiner, Mr. Kendall Scholl of Kendall Investigations. Ron, would you please escort Mr. Scholl into the courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Scholl, how are you today?
Good, thank you, Your Honor.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Now, Mr. Byrd has testified in court that he has not been with any other women. And you administered a polygraph examination for Mr. Byrd. Is that correct?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
All right.
Mr. Scholl, you asked, during your 2-year relationship with Miss Snell, did you have sexual intercourse with any other woman? What was his response?
Your Honor, he said no.
What did the lie detector reveal?
Your Honor, the lie detector determined that he was being deceptive.
Miss Snell,
Yes,
how are you feeling?
I'm hurt.
Tell him how you're feeling.
Byrd, you know I love you from the bottom of my heart, from day one. It was nothing that you ever asked me for, I wouldn't do for you. And you wrong. You wrong. I'm so disappointed in you.
Mr. Shull, you also asked him a question that will help us with the lawsuit. You asked, did you promise to pay Miss Snell the $2,400 loan she gave you? Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And what was his answer?
He said yes.
So he admitted that he was going to pay her back the loan.
Yes, he did, Your Honor.
All right, well, with respect to the promissory note, all the evidence before the court, it appears that it was a loan. All of the indications are that you intended to pay that loan back. And so, based on that evidence, we are going to find in favor of Ms. Snell and order you to repay her the $2,400 for the cost of the bike.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Byrd, I mean, do you want to be in this relationship?
Not no more. It's better for me to let go.
Well, and if you want to let go, that's fine. But if you're in another relationship with anybody, you have got to be honest in your relationship.
Exactly.
This thing about, well, she thinks it's a relationship, but I think it's a friendship. There has to be a meeting of the minds. If you're ever going to have any kind of happy relationship, you both got to be on the same plane.